Holy breaking news, Batman. Yes, in the criminal case involving a replica of the Batmobile from that 1960s TV show. The San Mateo County District Attorney has called off the arraignment for the Batmobile builder from Indiana, who's facing 2 criminal charges in a dispute with a wealthy realtor from Atherton. Good evening, I'm Amma Dates.
And I'm Dan Ashley. Thanks for joining us. DA Steve Wagstaff is taking that action after watching the first 2 I-Team investigations on this case. And our Dan Noyes is back with this new important development, Dan.
Well, Dan and Amma, in our exclusive interview, Wagstaff told me he wants to personally review the case, hear once again from both the Batmobile builder and the buyer, and decide if the case should actually be dismissed.
San Mateo County District Attorney Steve Wagstaff is canceling the August 19th hearing for Mark Rakup, a minister and owner of a garage in Indiana that builds replica Batmobiles.
And I said, hey, what about this, this, and this? I want some more detail before we make a final decision on whether this case will go forward or not.
That's a change, though, huh?
That's a change in the sense that otherwise it was just going to be an arraignment on the 19th of August.
What spurred that second look?
You, candidly.
Wagstaff saw our I-Team investigations over the past week, questioning why San Mateo County Sheriff Carlos Bolanos sent 4 investigators more than 2,200 miles to Logansport, Indiana, to raid Rakup's garage.
What role did your office play in the planning or the approval of the raid?
Zero.
Zero. You didn't know that they were going to be sending a team to Indiana?
No, not at all.
Wagstaff tells me his staff did approve the search and arrest warrants prepared by the sheriff's investigators, but that in his 45 years in the DA's office, he has never seen a raid like this by the sheriff's department in another state for a nonviolent theft case.
If the person they wanted to go arrest was the Godfather in New York City, maybe you go with a few more people, but not in the average one. It's not something that I've seen.
Sources inside the sheriff's department tell me that this was the sheriff doing a favor for a friend. What do you think about that? What's your take? What's your reaction?
I hope not. I hope not.
Sheriff Bolanos remains on his month-long vacation, and his office now says he can't talk to me because he's concentrating on giving answers to the Board of Supervisors about the Batmobile raid. I actually had an interview with Sam Adagnastio scheduled for the ABC 7 studios at 3 p.m. Wednesday, but he bowed out a short time before.
His lawyer, Majid Samara, was really insistent. He was like, Sam wants to clear his name. He has to do this interview. We have to do it now.
Now Samara says he's concerned about discussing evidence in an ongoing criminal matter, and that Adagnastio has been receiving harassing and in some cases threatening texts and phone calls. He shared a few. Yesterday, I spotted an Atherton police car stationed in front of his Tuscan-style home. I also discovered what a car enthusiast Sam Adagnastio is, from the public file on his 2020 divorce. In the final agreement, he gets to keep his Ford F-150, his 96 VW bus, 71 Toyota, 2006 Lamborghini, 2008 Bentley GT, electric golf cart, 2 boats, 2 jet skis, 4 motorcycles, a Vespa, and Batmobile. After Adagnastio paid $170,000 toward his replica, Mark Rakup says he couldn't get in touch with him for more than 8 months and that the realtor missed a $20,000 payment, so Rakup moved him from first position to the 9th customer in line.
He did pay off the entire car at that point, but he was absolutely livid to find out that his car was going to be delayed.
If that is, because I watched Mr. Rakup's interview by you, and if that ultimately is the scenario, it's a civil case. It's that simple. That's a civil case.
Wow, what a relief. This has been a 2-week nightmare.
Today, I spoke to Mark Rakup again to hear his reaction to his arraignment getting canceled.
If you had a chance right now to say something to Sam Adagnastio, what would you tell him?
If you want your car, you have to stop doing these things because they're only slowing down and delaying your car. And I want to finish your car. That's what I do. I fulfill dreams. I've never not fulfilled the dream of making sure that somebody gets their Batmobile. And it'll be worth it. I promise.
Late today, Sam Adagnastio's attorney sent a statement that insists the realtor is a victim of fraud and that he paid in full for his Batmobile but didn't get it. He says Adagnastio asked for a refund, but that Rakup answered he no longer has that $210,000. Now, meanwhile, Rakup's bank account is still frozen, but at least he's not worrying about a trip to California coming up in 2 weeks. Dan, Amma.